So they say one way to constantly keep momentum going is to have greater goals. I know I started this show about 4 weeks ago, and I realized that with each passing week comes the desire to keep going. But it seems as if the energy which I used to start at the beginning seems to be depleting. Oh gosh, oh gosh. I confided in a friend, and he pointed out something quite intriguing. He said that for me to keep up momentum, I have to pick up myself every day and keep working hard. Every day. Well, it got me thinking, and I did more digging and research, and I was able to identify areas in my work ethics that need some serious facelift. Stick with me to the end of this show, and I'll share with you new stuff that I learned on how to keep up your momentum. Hello and welcome everyone to this episode of Nothing is Lost. This is an inspirational series where you and I get to lend our voices for the good of the society. I'll be your host for this episode. My name is Ob2ice, and the topic for this episode is losing momentum. So what is momentum? Momentum is that force that keeps an event developing after it starts. Starting a new project, a new show, a new business can somewhat be easy at first because of the excitement that comes with starting new things. But sustaining that momentum can be extremely difficult. So let me ask you this question. How then would you be able to know that you are losing momentum? Number one, we lose momentum when we set unrealistic expectations. When I first began the show, initially I assumed that I was going to break the internet with my stories, man. As in, I watched a lot of content creators who have thousands of followers, and I see their results. I'm like, yes, now I can do something better than this now. That in my first week, I know how I might get 100 followers. Story. We are still here. Number two, lack of intentional attention. I assume that the energy which I put in the first week of my show will be enough to take me throughout the whole month, so I cannot play it back. Wow. I assumed that it was just to sit in front of a camera, press record, and start talking. I lied to myself, guys. I lied. Yeah. Number three, when your goal isn't clear enough. I guess my initial goal when I started this vlog was for me to share my opinion on some certain issues that I've experienced in life, and at the end of the show, drop a 16 bars rap. That was it. But really, is that my ultimate goal? Wow. Number four, when we fail to identify the challenge. So just like any ailment, one needs to properly diagnose the problem to be able to know what one has to treat. Same goes for momentum. You have to be able to identify it on time. Else, motivation will nosedive. So now that we've been able to identify how and when we lose momentum, let us discuss how to sustain it. Number one, remember your why. We can recalibrate and take a few steps backwards and ask ourselves why we started out in the first place. I realized that I have not really placed so much of a value on my goals. Guess that is why my energies were quickly depleted. But now I am refocused. I know my why now, and I have set out a target of like 20 episodes. Then I can now look back and appraise myself. Number two, remind yourself the process takes time. There is really no shortcut to success. Just like a typical Nigerian man would always want to have shortcuts, I have to remind myself that those content creators I see with thousands of followers actually put in the work, sacrifice their time to get to that point. So I have to follow suit and keep at it. Number three, reevaluate your surroundings. So they say when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Maybe asking yourself where. So I can say probably places where you can have a breather, places where it's calmer, where you can recalibrate your mind and relax a bit, or meeting people in environments that encourage you and can help rekindle your passion for that your drive or that your work. Number 4, celebrate small wins. So just like I shared on social media a couple of days ago, we have hit the big 5 on Instagram. That is 50 followers on Instagram. I really thank you all for all your support, and I'm really celebrating this because it's a huge win for me. So that's it, guys. We've come to the end of yet another interesting show. I learned a lot whilst preparing for the show, and I hope you're able to pick 1 or 2 things listening to me. So please, I beg you, subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram for quick updates. And as usual, before we go, I'll be leaving you with a few lyrics. But remember, just as Dan Locke would say, be impatient with your skills, but patient with your results.
Hey, you already know. Ob2ice. You know I thought I never really knew. Yo. You know I thought it was a joke when my brother told me life was hard. All I knew back then was wish fairies and God. I know they're listening, like my neighbors in the backyard who gon' be thinking, why is it that I talk to myself? I'm trying to build a road to my wealth, so my kids can walk on, find out yourself, like a ladder so they climb up top of the shelf. I don't know when my time's up. I don't know if I fall, will I pull me up? If I stumble again, which way will I trust? But I must move, I'm blessed with enough. I'ma push through the pains, even with the cuffs. Yeah, I was weak, now I'm strong. My goal so long, my dream so big. If you want it, come along. Yeah, my goal so long, my dream so big. If you know what you dare to say, be okay while you're by my side. You don't know what you